Well, this happens.
Good morning. Welcome to the Douglas County Fairgrounds, and this is your national sheep shearing competition. The first shows, big round of applause. Sorry I got here a few minutes late, but I didn't expect the crowd. This is wonderful to see this many cheers and this many fans come out here. How you doing, Doug? Nice to see you. Anyway, the first contest this morning and through tomorrow will determine who's going to go and represent the United States in world competition. I don't remember where that is. New Zealand's going to be in New Zealand this year. So this is a big deal for the United States, because if you take the amount of people in the United States that are involved in agriculture in any one way, it's less than 1% of the population. Now take that and decide how many sheep shearers is out there. Very, very small percentage. And I will tell you this, it's an extremely small world. John Beach is around here someplace. I'm over in Scotland. John Beach tells me, he says, if you want to go shear against the world, you go to Loch Erin, Scotland. So I planned a trip in 2013, went out there and sheared at Loch Erin again. I did not take last, but I was way slow. You know, you can't get there and shear against their sheep if you don't have any experience with it. But I'm talking with the guy at the Scottish Bull Board, and he recognizes my accent, which I didn't think I had, in Scotland. And he says, where are you from? And I said, oh, I'm from California. He said, well, I know some California shearers. They're around the Bay Area. I go, well, tell me who they are. And he says, how about John Beach? I says, John Beach is the reason I'm here. It's an extremely small world. I'm 5,000 miles away, and I know somebody that knows one of the other shearers. I've seen Ian McKenzie, Ian over here. Ian, I met him up in a ranch up in extreme northeastern California. I was taking my stuff out of the back. I was going to go shear with somebody in the Winnemucca, and I'm taking my stuff out of the back of the truck because I don't want to get stolen. I'm going to go down to find food. He goes, I know what that's for. And I went, oh my God, you must be a sheep shearer. And here's Ian, somebody I've known for years too, just being able to recognize something. Well, anyway, welcome, very much welcome. So, this morning as we start, all right, your job as the audience is to clap and yell as loud as you can. You are not to just sit there. Because normally what happens is as soon as they drag the sheep out, there's going to be a big round of applause, and then everybody goes silent. And they go silent because the skill at which these, even the beginners start out as, shearing is one of the hardest jobs in the world. It really is. Extremely taxing on your body. You eat up calories all day long. And to find somebody that can go through maybe only 20 a day, or maybe only 30 a day, or maybe only 10, is a wonderful thing. So please put your hands together for them when they come out to shoot. Okay? Thank you.
All right, as we do a little maintenance on our board here.
sheep shearer's daughter right here, bring it to us. Everybody stand and remove cover, please. Thank you.
Voice, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Hannah. Sure appreciate that. I know you didn't get that voice from John. All right, Gary, are we ready to announce our first heat of beginner shears? All the judges to the stand, please.
All the judges up. As you can see by the front of the shearing field, there's a lot of sponsors here. I will get to it just trying to get this contest up. We don't want to forget those. Huge sponsors are the reason we do this. It's a lot of work. I talked to Chad the other day. He said they had to go through like over 400 sheets to put this thing together. So the sponsors are very much appreciated. What are we going to do? Shooter one? Make sure everybody's on board. Done that. So they're going to load the pens this morning. We look at one, two,
One sheet.
one sheet back. I met Pat. It's been a long time ago, 25 years ago. I went out to a young friend that I learned to shear with. Their block. And Pat was her roommate. He was also Oklahoma. I went out to Stillwater, I think. And then we traveled to Tulsa for the shearing competition here.
Back in the day with Charlie Swain.
Charlie Swain. Really nice to see Pat. I had to look at him. He looks good. Yeah, good job. Yes, ma'am. Up to my feet. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, it's fun to be here. I went over and stayed with. How many of you know Mike McWilliam? Raise your hand. Or did know Mike McWilliam? Sure you did. So his family will be here tomorrow morning, starting at 11 o'clock. I like to call this the McWilliam Classic. Yes, this is the memorial competition in Mike's name. Wonderful, wonderful shearing. Matt?
Why don't you talk to them a little bit about how the shearing contest is judged?
Okay, so let's talk about shearing contest. How many have been to a shearing contest before? A few. Okay, for those of you that have not been here, we'll go over how the scoring is. They're going to have 4 timers up here, and you receive 1 point for every 20 seconds that you shear. And that starts at go and ends when you shut the machine off, put the sheet back. Okay? You get 1 point for every ridge of wool. Let's say it's the size of a big pen, about 8 inches by about 3/8 to a 1/2 inch tall. if you don't shear cleanly and you go ahead and you take that ridge of wool off, that's called a second cut. Second cuts are the bane of the industry. We want wool that's all 2.5 or all 3 or all 5 inches. That second cut goes in the clip, it's hard to get out. So when you're running it through the machine, you want something that's all of the same average fiber length, so they will spin that nice piece of yarn, right? So, second cut wool. So this is all about cleanliness and performance. So, 1 point for every second cut that you take off. We're going to have 5 judges up there. The reason we have 5 judges is about half a sheet through, they're going to change and rotate. So if you've got one judge that's pretty critical, he or she is going to be up and down the line. Okay, second cuts. Any skin cut. Now that, all the judges on the board are getting is second cuts when you're shearing. When the sheep go out back, they are also scored. Any cut on the animal the size of the thumbnail is 1 point. Okay? Any ridge of wool left on the size of the big pin is 1 point. So you can imagine leaving a 3/8 or a 3/4 strip 10 and 12 inches long, you're going to get 3 or 4 points for that. That goes out back. We take and total all those points up, including the time points, and score the individual. Now, imagine going as fast as you can and do a second cut, right? That ridge of wool that we're going to take off. If you would slow it down, it's going to take you a lot less than 20 seconds to shear that one deal. So in the first piece, you want to shear cleanly. That's how this is done. The cleaner you shear, the higher you score. Time is not that big. Once we get into the finals, yes, then it becomes, because we're going to have 4 guys up there shearing. I think we're going to have 15 or 20 in the final tomorrow. And those guys have to go. So then it's, I hate to say it, the ball's out. We're going to go just as fast as we can. And that's up to you guys. You want them to go faster? Yell and scream faster. If you don't know somebody, pick somebody out and cheer for them. There's a lot of us here from out of town, so please help us out. Okay? Your turn now.
Yeah, this is an international contest. We've got some Australians here. We've got contestants from all over the United States. Happy to be here at the Michael Memorial Sheep Shearing Contest and the U.S. Sheep Shearing Championships. Are we about ready to start our first heat of beginners? All right, timer's ready, everything's ready. All right, we need from Gustine, California, Juan Cornejo. And if I mispronounce any names, Gary and I mispronounce any names, then somebody come up and correct us, and we'll get it right going forward. Go ahead, Juan. And Harlan, Vermont, Leslie Sullivan. All right, our first heat of beginner shears right here. What is beginner, Gary?
Normally they have not sheared, or let's say their long neck is probably less than 50. So they're just starting out. It's probably their first year, maybe their second year of shearing. They do a lot of small flock shearing. And again, this is the hardest job in the world. So for them to be bent over and even just shear one, and do it right? There's a whole pattern to this. It's pretty amazing feat. I can remember 35 years ago, shearing in this barn. It was my first shearing contest. And yes, I endured it. Okay? And the first thing you do is pull that sheep out, and the nerves get to you, and then you quit breathing. Well, you can't quit breathing. You have to breathe through this and won't get through it.
Gary, as we get going here, I think we should recognize the Douglas County Farm Bureau who's put this event on. No, today we are live streaming up there, going to the Douglas County Farm Bureau Facebook page. So they're going to make you famous there. And I've got Matt here making a video about shearing. So we'll see that at Cannes Film Festival sometime in the future, right, Matt? All right, he says yes, we will. As we're getting ready to get some of the bucks worked out. These shearers are getting ready to take away their sheep. Talk about the sheep that are going to get shorn today in these first 4 units here.
So, as you can see, the 2 shearing machines on each end, we run a set of straight shafts, and we call it triple shaft or a drop. The 2 in the middle, they're using a flexi drop. I don't like the flexi drop. They always seem heavy to me. Everybody has their own, what they really like, so we're going to give that to them and help them along. It doesn't really matter, it's still shearing. Okay. Shearers ready? Are the timers ready? Who's the timers today? 3 ladies up there, 2 ladies up there, okay? Judges ready? We're going to have 3 judges rotate. We're making 4 or 5 in. How many judges? Okay, that judge is ready. Shearers ready? Looks like it. All right, remember, put your hands together for me. All right. On your mark, get set, go. They're going to grab that sheet. They have to set it up. They're going to set it up on their right hip, normally. I will tell you this, the Mexican shear is a little different. Most of us were taught the New Zealand pattern. New Zealand pattern was developed actually by a gentleman by the name of Godfrey Ballard. I'm trying to think his brother's name. Ivan? Anyway, the Bowen brothers. And the Bowen brothers, the gentleman who developed this, wasn't much of a showman. So Godfrey took it over. And this is back in the 1920s, 1930s, and really developed this into an art form. So, into that first hip. Leslie's into that first hip. Yeah. Take that first hip off. So we make them take the belly roll off first. The belly roll has a lot of vegetable matter in it. So that's going to get taken off, thrown out of the main fleece. Again, we're trying to do this as a quality thing. Leslie's going up to what we call the undermine.
And Juan's doing a good job coming up that second side, starting into that second shoulder. Very clean job from both these sheep shearers. Right, Gary?
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Remember, they're beginners. They haven't done this, or they haven't done a lot of contact shearing, you know. And again, this is mostly about cleanliness at this point. Trying to stand out of the way over here.
Juan comes into that last hip. He's just got a few blows left to go to turn that sheep loose out the portal. Leslie sheep giving her a couple kicks, giving her just a little bit of trouble, but these sheep have been stood for a little bit for 12 to 24 hours to get them emptied out. We don't want these sheep to have a full belly.
Nice job, Ron. Takes it out. Leslie knows that she can't beat Juan in time. That's okay. Now her job is to shear as clean as possible because it isn't the person that gets done first. Remember, this is all about quality to start off with. Imagine standing up there, shearing, knowing that your opponent is done, and you have to shear clean, so no mistakes. It takes approximately 42 to 46 blows to shear a sheep, and the better you get, the less blows you actually put in.
And she's coming down the money side of the sheep there in her last hip. Go ahead and give her a round of applause and some hoots and hollers and bring her home.
Going out that last side. Notice how Leslie livestock showing time. All right. Good job, Leslie. Let's throw it right out in front here. Throw it right out in front. Placing the tags, we'll throw out in front and hook them up differently.
Judges, please bring the counters up to the clerk's table. Judges, please bring those counters up to the clerk's table, please, so we can get those scores done. And make sure we know which counter goes with which shear.
Yes, that's extremely important. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Anderson Sheep Company, Briggs Trucking, Excavation, Coastal Farm and Ranch, DD Pro Audio, Douglas County Fairgrounds of course, and the Douglas County Farm Bureau for helping us out, Douglas County Livestock Association, Amy Livestock, get this down to the Vista area, Ron for support, Keys International, Con McWilliam and the McWilliam family, Oregon Farm Bureau, Oregon Sheep Growers Association, Peterson Cap, Premier One, Shearing Supplies, Shanico Roll, Stockwind, Tony Wutzke, Uncle Valley Tractor, G Locks, Incorporated, 41.5 Stella, and 4 King Timber. Thank you so much for helping us out.
All right, as we get the pins loaded, I'll introduce our shearers here. On stand number 1, starting on the left, we'll number these stands 1 through 4 from left to right. On stand number 1 from Laverne, Minnesota, give it up for Tristan Heron. And coming at you from Lincoln, Arkansas, on stand number 2, Lindy Phillips. On stand number 3, from Highland, New York, Eloise Winter. And on stand number 4, he's your hometown boy from Dixonville, Wide FFA member, Mr. Aiden Murphy. It takes a village to run these shearing contests. We need folks in the back pens helping catch sheep. We need folks up there pushing sheep through the pens. We need folks in those portal pens, those release pens that are catching those sheep, making sure they're not coming back out on us. We sure appreciate all the helpers, all the volunteers, everybody that it takes to put this contest together. We are very excited to have the U.S. Youth Shearing Championships here in Oregon. I don't think the U.S. Championships have ever been in Oregon. I think this is the first time to hold these championships in Oregon. That's the last time they were on the West Coast. It was in California 3 years ago or so.
It was at the California State Fair, and I think we sent Mike McWilliam and Randy Helms. So yeah, 20 years is a long time. I know it's been in, I think they had it in Minnesota. They've had it all over the states, but this is really a special thing.
Especially to have it here in Douglas County, when used to be the number 1 sheep county in the state of Oregon, kind of back in the day. Not quite the numbers that we used to have, but a very, very big enterprise here in this county.
All right. We have the timers.
All right, one timer left to get set and down, and I think we're ready to count it off.
Okay, so we'll let Mac, you go ahead and introduce everybody. We're going to start down at stand 1.
We got that covered. Everybody's been announced, and we are ready to go.
Okay. This is a crowd ready. All right. Timers ready. Board judges ready. Shearers ready. On your mark, get set, go. Drag that sheep out, set it up on its right hip. There's 3 or 4 belly blows, and they have to throw that belly out. The reason we do that, it's got all the vegetable matter in it. We don't want that vegetable matter in the normal clip, so we're going to throw that out. If they don't have a belly, some of these won't have very much in the belly, but we've got to throw that out. First blow, top 2, into that armpit, down the side, 3 or 4 blows out the belly, clean it. And then they'll step up with that right foot. So if you can imagine, how many of you know how to square dance here? Bunch? Few. Doug does. This is like dancing with sheep. Except when you're dancing, normally your partner follows you. Those sheep don't want to follow you. So you have to manhandle a little bit, and like Max said, you take them off the feed and water for at least 12 hours to empty their gut. Imagine getting up from Thanksgiving dinner with a full belly of food. That's how those sheep are all the time. So we take them off so that for 2 reasons. One, make them a little more amenable to shearing, and 2 is so that we don't harm them. You can push enough pressure on them to shove that gut up into the lungs. Imagine they fight not because of the full gut, they fight because they can't get in the air. And Libby Phillips up the neck on stand 2. Mac, who is the guy up the end of the glide?
Stand 4, Aiden Murphy, already into that first shoulder.
Yep, into that first shoulder. Yeah, the crowd's kind of dying off. Come on, put your hands together. And Lindy's into that first shoulder. Aiden's into that, what we call the long blows. You get through that first shoulder, there's 3 or 4 short blows, we'll step over. And then we've got 3 long blows. Normally, we regulate ourselves as shearers to get 1 shearing width of that comb over the backbone so that we can position that animal correctly, going down what we call the last side.
Tristan Heron on stand 1, giving it a run for his money. He's onto that second shoulder on that second side of the sheet.
And going out that, what we call the last side, that last shoulder, the last side.
Lady Phillips moving to the last side of the sheet, looking good. Eloise Winter working on those long blows. She's just about ready to turn the corner.
Lindy turned the corner, going out that last side. Sheep do not like to have their legs touched. They don't like to have their ears touched. So when you're a beginner shearer, those legs look like handles. Well, you got to get around that and you can't be grabbing them. So you'll notice that they're controlling it mostly with their legs. Yeah, every once in a while we'll pick the leg up, but we're not holding on, especially the lower half of their feet. They don't like that. Lindy just popped that sheep out to make that sheep more comfortable. She's going out that last hip. Eloise going out last side into that last hip. Aiden going into that last hip.
With Tristan and Aiden.
Or Tristan, I'm sorry. Tristan going.
Lady Phillips took to go ahead and put the first sheep out the portal here on number 2.
Lindy's got 1 or 2 blows to go. And she's done.
Give her a hand, folks.
Eloise going out that last hip. There you go. Eloise is done. Aiden's done. Kristen's done. Nice job.
Let's give a big hand to
Nice
beginner shearers. Thank you.
Remember, these are beginner shearers. What that take? Approximately how long? 4 minutes? About 4 minutes. When we get the professionals up here, they're going to be putting a sheep out about every minute and a half to a minute and 40 seconds. The speed really comes up. So, how many, one person, this is the world record, how many sheep can one guy, one person, I'm not going to say guy or female now, one person can do in 9 hours of shearing? Think about how many, of course everybody's got a phone, they're going to go look it up, right? Don't do that. One, and it is a man, it was done the first time in the Northern Hemisphere, done in England. Over a 9-hour day, they start at 5 in the morning, they have a run of 2 hours, they have a 45-minute break, and the rest of the runs are an hour and 3/4. So we're going to get food, a little rest in there, and change your shirt because you're going to be soaking wet with sweat. How many can one guy do in a 9-hour day? Raise your hands. Yell. How many? 500. Nope, you're way low. That's a little hot. How many? 1? 2? No, more than 2. 735 head. The gentleman quit like 25 or 30 minutes early. And I asked a good friend of mine, Randy Helms, I'm sure you know, some of you know Randy. I asked Randy, I says, why did you do that? He says he did that because he wants to break the record. The year previous, he tried for the record, and he knew going down the last run he wasn't going to make it, right? Okay, fine, we're just going to shear. That year, when he'd go out and have a hard day shearing, they would test his blood. The first year he tried it, he lost 13 pounds that day, okay? A lot of that's water, yes, but he lost 13 pounds. So they test his blood. They find out what nutrients were missing. And then they supplemented him the next year in the same event. He lost 3 pounds. So the new chemistry, the new way we do things, AI and all that, it's helping all of us, trust me. And he put out 735 head. So if you take your phone and kind of parrot that out, it's like 40 or 42 seconds an animal. That's amazing. And that comes, and you can't have him out on the board. They have a guy in the pen holding the sheep, that's all he can do, and he has to turn that machine off and on every time because that's a safety thing with us. Once you put a sheep out through the portal and go get the next one, you have to have that machine shut off. If you don't, it's going to roll around on the board, and let me tell you, it's very sharp. Most of the shearers know you're going to get cut shearing. We've all done it. Seems to me I always catch this finger right here, and it's a little deep. I've done it. Yeah, it gets shorter. So, a little dangerous? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We make them use a 13-tooth comb. We do have 12s. Don't let them use that. We do have 9-tooth combs. We use a 9-tooth for what we call cover during the winter or cold weather shearing. That leaves a little bit longer wool on them when we shear. Kind of bends the wool over before it shears it off. And it's easier to push because there's only 9 teeth in there. The 13-tooth comb with a heavily wooled animal, you have to push. Your wrist gets sore by the end of the day. As I go along, either Mac or I, if you've got a question, raise your hand. I'll see if I can answer it. It might be some things I don't know about shearing. I've been doing this for like 35 years. I started out because I got my daughter into 4-H, and she raised 4-H tigers. And I saw a guy shear. We did it in February. The next year, I asked him to teach me how. 15 minutes later, I still just wasn't done with one little tiny 60-pound lamb, and I was soaking wet from head to toe.
All right, as the boys get our pens filled for our first heat of intermediates, our intermediates are going to be shearing 3 sheep. Our beginners shear 1, our intermediates in this first round are going to be shearing 3 sheep back to back. So they're going to have to turn those sheep out the portal themselves, go to the pen and catch sheep number 2. They do have somebody in that pen to help make sure those sheep are facing the right direction when they do go in and catch them. But that person in the pen isn't allowed to help them turn that sheep. Just hold the sheep at the door and make sure it's there at the door and ready for them. And then that shearer then goes ahead and brings those sheep out to the board, shears them and puts them out the portal themselves on all three heads.
And they can't have it down on their hips already. Those sheep have to be up on their feet. You don't let them stay cheap. You got to be ready to go. Hold them in the corner. You're going to walk in, grab that sheep, and then set them up on the right hip. If you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, you're pretty well screwed because that machine doesn't run the right way. When you're right-handed, there's two teeth on there we really play with on the comb. We have a top tooth, which is really bent, and we have a bottom tooth. That bottom tooth needs to ride right on the skin. And it's interesting to keep that thing at just a perfect angle to run that bottom tooth. They're rounded a little bit, but you have to push on it and keep it down. If you don't keep the bottom tooth down, it rides up into the wool, and then it bends the wool over and you can't cut. It stops. So you have to keep that bottom tooth down.
You see, Chad, that they're making some changes on our gear. The shearers can choose to shear with a drop or shear with a flex, whatever they like. And so we'll go ahead and accommodate that. The contest provides the motors, they provide the drops. The shearers bring their own handpiece and tools. We ready, Chad? Bring the shearers up. All right. For our first intermediate heat on stand number 1 from Laverne, Minnesota, give it up for Terza Gunther. All right, coming at you on stand number 2, Eugene, Oregon, Anna O'Malley. On stand number 3, from Lebanon, Oregon, Mr. Manuel Santana. And on stand number 4, all the way from Randolph Center, Vermont, Mary Lake.
Can I get the 4 beginner shearers that sheared in the second heat to come out back and help? They're going to hold the short sheet so that the judges can score them. So the 4 shearers, the 4 beginners, please.
I want to make sure that all the shearers that are on the board right now, as soon as you're done shearing, please go to the out pen so that you can hold those sheep for the next round of shearing. So any shearers that are on the board will go to the out pen and be behind that portal ready to hold sheep for the judges on the next round. All right, stand 2, Anna O'Malley. Is Anna O'Malley here? Anna, where are you? We got your sheep ready for you. Oh, Anna did not check in. Looks like maybe Anna has scratched today. She saw the weather forecast. She didn't want to come shear competition sheep in 88-degree weather.
This truly is like homework. So John here. John, raise your hand. I taught John, I helped teach John. How many years ago, John? Yeah, exactly. John has a propensity to text me about 3:30 in the morning. I hear my phone go off. And I'm retired. I've been retired about 12 and a half, almost 13 years. And I'll hear my phone out in the living room go off. And my thing is, oh crap, something happened with the family. No, it's just John. John's up early. He's going to get married. So I didn't recognize you with the beard. And I understand your son is here to shear? Cool. Good to hear that. I actually taught his daughter. She took the first clothes probably 20 years ago, almost. And how old is she now? He has to think.
All right, well, he thinks of that. We got a round of shearers that are ready to go.
Okay, sorry about that. All right. Shearers ready, judges ready, timers ready, crowd ready? All right, on your mark, get set, go. In that and set those sheep up on their right hip. Remember, they're doing 3 heats. They're intermediates. They probably their best days are probably somewhere around 100 head. And trust me, to get to 100 head, you've got to really work. My best day, 125. I could not get around 125 head. Some of your professional shearers are pumping out 250 to 300 head day after day after day. Into that first hip, man. Or first, your undermine. Now they're going to step up, take out the neck. That neck flow is done totally in the blind. You have to, that's a feel thing. Up and around the backside of the head. Into that first shoulder. And Manny's going to grab that left front leg. And now into the short blows. First blow past the shoulder, he'll step over. There you go, Manny. Into those long blows. Remember, there's 3 or 4 long blows. We want to get one blow on the other side of the backbone so that we're not shearing way back around ourselves going out that last side. Manny's going out last shoulder. Down here, number 1, we have a little bit of a fight. That's all right. We'll get through this. Manny going out that last hip. And Mac, who's the lady on the
Terzi Gunka.
Terzi Gunka going into those long blows? Manny's going out that last hip. He's got number 1 done. Whoop, whoop. We've got a little bit of wool left on that one. That's why we make sure we go past the backbone, because imagine this, it's almost like a beat, and you can't see the backside. Manny's going in for number 2. So if you look at the shears, most of them have on a special pants. Those pants are tailored, they're just made for shears. There's to flop that head out to make that heel a little more comfortable. And most of us are going to be wearing a set of shearing moccasins. The moccasins do a couple of things for us. They get us right down on the ground, okay? If you're shearing in shoes, you're up 3/4 to an inch high because of the sole, and you're out on your sides of your feet a lot. So if you guys will take your feet, put them on the floor, and just roll your ankles out, that puts a lot of pressure from the outside of your foot to your ankle. We're trying to lessen the amount of tear and wear and tear on the shear, so, and we need to be able to, see if I can do this. Legs about shoulder length apart and be able to bend over and put our hands flat on the floor. If you can do that, you can shear. That's why somebody that's very long-waisted is a lot better or a lot easier for them to shear. Manny going out those last blows.
Terzi Gunka and Mary Lake both have secret on the board. Their neck and neck, both in that second hip. Terzi goes to the head first and comes up to break that neck open. Mary's right behind her. Manuel's coming up on the money side of that sheet, working into his second shoulder, down the second side.
Funny, Mac, that's exactly what I call it. I call that the money side, going down and getting out of it.
That's right. You're halfway down, over halfway down there. You're about ready to flip the counter on the next one. That sheet's giving it a little trouble. That's what makes this exciting. A few kicks and the next shear can catch it right back up to you.
When Mike McWilliam and Randy Helms were sharing, Doug, I forgot the last name, not getting old.
Doug
Rath, sorry.
This is Minnesota.
When they'd be up there sharing, one would get a little farther ahead on the points, what we call the hard points into the shoulders, and then the big strong ones would get ahead on the long blows and stuff. It was fun to watch that thing go back and forth.
Oh, watch Manuel on that third sheet. Keep pulling the people around the pen here.
And into that undermine. Start at the tail, go up that tail of the backbone, Stand up, take out that neck, up that neck, break it open. We need to have that broke open. Into that first shoulder. Notice Mandy working the sheep around so that it will be faced toward the shearing machine and lays them down for those short blows and into the long blows. Mandy's now into those 4 long blows. Terza is going up the last side by number 2. And now back in for number 3.
Going in the pen for sheep number 3. She pulls her last sheep out. Manuel Santana heading into the last shoulder on his 3rd sheep. And Terza puts her 2nd sheep in and down the portal. She goes to the pen for sheep number 3. It's a horse race here. It's anybody's game.
Mandy's going out the last side, sheared very clean. Puts her hands together. Mandy's got 2 blows. Let's see him get through this. Oh, of course. And done. Nice job, man. At shearing school this year, we use our feet off to hold the sheep. If you keep their shoulder off the floor with just the tip of your toe, literally we lift that tip of your toe in the long blows to hold them there. I can take a shoe, set it under the sheep, just like that, walk away from the sheep, and the sheep will stay there. And they stay there because that shoulder is up off the ground. So we've been taught how to move that sheep around to keep it as comfortable as possible and as docile as possible. Turns on stand 1 going up the neck. It looks like now they're just blow for blow. What you say, Matt?
Please remember, shears, please stay on the board to help me out pad on the next sheep, please.
Yep. And we do that, it's kind of a respect thing too. We won't leave the board until the other shears are done. We know how hard this job is.
All right, Terza and Mary doing a great job.
Mary's going out that last side. Terza's starting to turn, going out that last side.
They didn't finish first, but they're still in the hunt. Remember, it's not just time that determines the winner here. It's time, it's board points, it's 10 points out the back. Quality of the shearing job plus time determines the winner. So just because you were the first shearer with all the sheep done doesn't automatically put you in the winner's circle.
Mary's going out that last side. Very nice and clean. Nice job. Now Terza, she's going out. She's got maybe 3 blows left. Sometimes you got to pick the skin up. Sometimes you got to push it down. Boom. Down. Nice job.
All right, counters. Back to the clerk's table, please. Shearers, please remain on the board to help in the next heat.
And I'd like to introduce the gentleman here. This is Mike Cora. Mike Cora, 3Q shearing services, shearing clinics. He puts on clinics all over the United States and other parts of the world too. I've been to Mike's school now twice. Puts on a really deal, and his big deal is we're trying to take the weight off of shears because we move a lot of weight in there. So trying to keep that sheep on itself so that sheep isn't on you, it's on itself. And thanks to Mike, my shearing has got hobbies.
And Mike's not just from down the road. Mike came to us from Australia to help us out here at the 2025 National Shearing Championships. Thank you, Mike.
Ian McKenzie. Ian is from New Zealand. Where are you, Ian? He's around someplace. Got back, maybe? There he is. And thanks for all. Remember, this is kind of a homegrown event, so thank you to all the people that have come out to help here today, both with the scores and the judges. We've got Wool Hill out back. If you want to see some of yourself, row of fleece. Lady out back there, that table that they got that fleece on is called the skirting table. That is thrown, that shorn side of that fleece gets thrown, the short side down, so any of those small second cuts will drop through the side of the table so that they don't go in the main clip. Years ago, when I first started, they would take that fleece, ball it up, and tie it with a piece of paper twine. How many of you remember that? Yeah, a few of you.
All right, I think we got our pins loaded. We're ready for heat number 2 in our intermediates. On stand 1, Henry Shear, give it up. All right, stand. Henry, I didn't get your hometown, but we'll get that later. On stand number 2, from Turner, Oregon, Blake Thompson. And on stand number 3, from Williams, Oregon, Jordan Reed.
Welcome, Jordan.
On stand number 4, our last year in the second heat intermediates, John Vetch.
Jordan. Good to see you, Jordan. I had the privilege to help Jordan through his journey too. Many years ago, 15 years ago, Jordan? Yeah.
All right, as the cheerleaders get their handpiece on, getting ready, taking a look at their sheet, they're going to figure out what order they want these sheets. And that's going to help them out to making sure that those sheets come out in the order that the cheerleaders.
Could I have the intermediates back up to help them the pens and out back?
Those last Terza, Manuel and Mary, please come on up and give a hand in those out pins.
Thank you, Anna. I think it's pretty neat that we're being live streamed on Facebook. I want to put a ploy out for that. I'm going to find time today to let my daughter know. She knows I'm here, but I haven't been on camera that much. Last time I think I was on camera was at the U.S. Championships at the California State Fair.
Yeah, in the out pen, please, Manuel.
Okay, we have somebody to hold sheet in Jordan's pen. Oh, there we go.
All right, Michael Estes coming to the rescue.
Thanks, Michael. Okay, why don't we like to shear with rubber-soled shoes? You got an idea? If you're on that board, you can already see that there's a brown spot on that board. That's the natural oil of that sheep lanolin. That lanolin is just like pouring a quart of 30 weight on there. And if you got rubber-soled shoes, it's like ice skating.
All right, looks like our shearers are ready to go, Gary.
You want to go ahead and introduce them?
We already did that.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
All right. Are we ready? Remember, this is heat 2 of the intermediates. We have eight intermediate shearers. Okay. Timer's ready. Board judges ready. Shearers ready. On your mark. Get set. Go. In that pen, again, we're going to be doing 3 sheets. You're going to set them up on that right hip. Down on the end, my friend John Beach, Jordan Reed. Take that belly roll off. Throw that belly out of the main clip. If you don't throw that belly out of the main clip, that's 1 point against you. Remember, it's all about shearing clean. Jordan Reed into the underline. Henry's over on stand 1, Blade on stand 2, Jordan Reed stand 3, John Beach stand 4. Put your hand together for him. Jordan Reed going out that first short blows. Play it into those 4 long blows. Remember, at least 1 blade width over the backbone. That helps us so that when we're laying down going out that last side and we're not sheared way back around our right leg. Jordan Reed stepped up, going out that last side, last shoulder. Shoulders are a harder point. Imagine that you can't stretch them out as much. Got to have your feet in the right spot. Going out that last shoulder. Blade's got number 1 done. Throw that roll out of the way.
Let's give him a hand.
And Blade's in for number 2. Jordan Reed going out that last side. John Beach going out that last side. Flat her head up. Henry going out that last shoulder. And last side. The blows on the last side normally go down at a 45-degree angle. So if you see sheep out in the field and their right side has stripes at a 45-degree angle, you know that that was a right-handed shear. If they're on the other side at 45, you know it was a left-handed shear. Henry's got number 1 or 2 done. And he's going in for number 2. Jordan Reed's got number 2. Blade's got number 2 into that first shoulder. John Beach in the belly on number 2.
Blade turns to the long blow. Number 2.
Jordan Reed in that first hip. And into what we call the undermine. Good blows in the undermine. Steps up. You're actually squeezing that animal between its brisket and its backbone. We like to feel that backbone over on the left leg, right at our calf, right behind our calf, I should say. Jordan Reed up around the backside of the head. John Beach in the undermine on number 2. Henry in the undermine on number 2. Blade going out that last side. And you can see that sometimes things just don't work out perfectly. We're going to have to reposition. Blade drop their head up to make them more comfortable. John Beach going up the neck, into that first shoulder on number 2.
Blade going in for sheep number 3. Sheep, he pulls out the pin, and he's going to turn on the sheep number 3 here.
Henry's going up that first shoulder on sheet number 2. Jordan Reed going up. Last shoulder on sheet number 2. Remember, it's about cleanliness. You have to shear clean to be able to get into the next heat. Now, I said that sheep do not like to have their feet caught, but you can see Jordan's got that thing by the hook right down. They don't mind that so much. Jordan's going out that last blow. Of course, they don't cooperate as much as they'd like to. And Jordan Reed going there for number 3. Put your hands together for these guys. John Beach going out the last side, last hip on number 2. Jordan's got number 3 out. Set him up on the right hip. Put that.
Henry Shearing on the last hip on his 3rd sheep.
Henry's going out last one. Nice job, Henry. Henry told me that I taught him back in 2011. Yeah. Number 2, there it goes. Number 3. Jordan Reed. Sheep. Blade going out that last side on number 3. John Beach. Belly of number 3. Henry's in the belly. Blade going out that last 2 or 3 blows and that last hip. Jordan Reed into long blows. Okay, Blade's done. Time for him. And now the shearers will have just got to shear clean and get past Blade for time. Remember, it's only 1 point for 20 seconds. But it's hard to put that through the brain to go slow down and shear clean. Jordan Reed going out that last side. Nice job, Jordan. Jordan got one little left. There we go. Good luck. There's time. Henry going out that last shoulder. John Beach stepped up, picked out the neck. Henry's going out that last side, into that last hip. You'll grab, notice how he'll grab that belly skin and just twist and push. Henry going out. And that's time. Nice job, Henry. And now we're going to turn our attention to John Beach. John Beach into that last shoulder. And he'll slowly lift up that first shoulder. Notice where he's got his hand. It's not down on the foot. She do not like that. So way up on the forearm, and he'll slowly turn that animal around. And of course, it doesn't comply into them short goes. Notice where John's left foot is. Way up underneath the shoulder. And it's the hardest thing to teach people to do this. To get themselves where you're pointing toe to toe. Nice clean shear, John. Yep, they'll talk to you a little bit and say, hey, did you hurry up? Now John's on that last shoulder, right front shoulder. And now down. And into, like Mac and I say, into the money cup. 2 or 3 blows, and then 1 blow out that hind leg, or hind quarter. John flipped her head up to make her more comfortable. Out that last hip.
That's right, bring him home here. He's on the final hit. Just another blow or 2 left to go.
Nice job.
Gary, that's the end of our intermediate rounds. Our opens will be next, but we're going to take a short break. Let our volunteers take a little break, get some water. Make sure everybody knows that Rolling Thunder Barbecue Food Truck is right over here on the outside of the barn. Go ahead and hit those guys up for some great barbecue. We're going to start back up here at the open at 12:30. So we got a little bit of time to take a break, get some food. Hey Charlie, how you doing? And head up to Rolling Thunder, get some food, get some water, come back to the open. So start here at 12:30.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for coming and helping us out. It's good to see you again after 25 years. Thank you. 12:30, we're back here ready to go. We're about to get started with the open heat races. So if I can have the shearers up here toward the front. I know we're going to need the intermediates and the beginners out back. Mike Porter's got his book and he's keeping people in shape here. That's good.
We got 6 heats of 4 shears in the open, 24 open shears ready to go. We're still changing some drop. I like to change the drop tubes here. We ready to kill our pins back there, boys?
Yeah,
all right, let's have our first 4 shearers up now. First heat of opens on stand number 1. Let's give a hand from Somerville, Oregon, Weston Halstead. All right, coming at you. Stand number 2, Langlois, Oregon, Mr. Jake Valentine. All right, your hometown boys, stand number 3, Rosewood, Oregon, Mr. Dan Dawson. Round it out on stand number 4 from Pineville, Oregon, Mike Esty.
all right, so this is going to get a little more interesting because the speed comes up a little bit. Again, please put your hand together, start yelling and screaming, especially when they're going out that last sheet. I would imagine they're going to do 3 or 5.
5 sheets in the open. And we're going to try, we've got those numbers above our stands here in the open. Those numbers are there to help us count sheep and know which sheep is out on the board. We're going to start with all those numbers at 1, and with all the help on the board, we're going to try to keep those numbers quick so we know where we are. So stand number 1, stand number 2, if we can get those numbers quick for 1, please. To start us out, that might be the only time we have the right number up there, but we're going to give it a shot.
So on stand 4 is Michael Estes. Michael says up in Washington, Kirk County, they have a Golden Years division. I don't know if I'm happy about it inviting me up or not, but oh yeah, I'm here. I'm in. I'm way over. I started this trade way too late. All right.
All right, as our pins get filled, our shearers get ready, we're going to start our open contest right here. Great to see all the other shearers in the back helping out. Everybody helping their fellow contestants. All right, we still need somebody to catch in stand number 1. If let's see, our last intermediate shearers, if we can get Henry Shear, Blake Thompson, Jordan Reed, John Leach to come on up and give us a hand on the outfit this year. We sure appreciate that. Yep, just go ahead and pick a stand, and we'll make sure we get somebody on the outfit to catch us out that world. Hey Zettel, I think your dog might be loose. Jack, light him up in the corner. Oh, maybe not legally. There's a tan collie tied up in the corner of the barn over here. He's out running loose. All right, if anybody's missing their dog. All right, as we get our pins filled, I think we're getting pretty close. Shearers are looking over their sheet.
Okay, so I want somebody to take their phone. Once they start, just kind of give me an idea where they're at. Okay. All right, we all ready? No, that was a no. They're still shuffling sheep in the back. There was a 5-head heat race. I'm guessing it's going to take 12 lanes. Okay? You guys got a guess? 2 minutes ahead? 2 times 5, 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. Now, of course, you guys have seen the big barber clippers that some of the shearers use, electric handpiece. That motor is approximately a 1/4 horsepower, and that down tube where the flexi drop, it's got a lot of power. As fast as you can swing that thing, it will cut wool. You can't do that with the electric powered shears. It slows down. It's got a 1/16 horsepower. So you got to kind of wait on it to cut. Those will just cut, no matter what it runs through. All right. Looks like everybody's settled.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Mike Core is keeping everybody together out back. All right. Crowd ready? All right. Timer's ready. Board judges ready. Out back ready. Shearers ready. On your mark. Get set. Go. In that, step those sheep up again and set them up on the right hip. Go take that right foot, put it up between your butt. You guys all thought that that place right there was for sitting on. Nope, God created that for a place to put that foot. Dan Dawson did that first hip. Take Valentine into that first hip. Bend over and push, boys. Like Leslie's shears are left-handed. Dan Dawson up that neck. Jake Valentine up the neck. I had the great opportunity. I shared with 3 generations of the Valentine family. I shared with Jake's grandfather. I shared with his mother, Wendy. And I shared with Jake. Wonderful family. Wonderful people to share with and for. Dan Dawson into those long lows. Jake Valentine going out that last side. The reason I'm announcing this, that lets those guys know where they're at in relationship to the other shearer. They don't have to take their eyes off of the sheep they're shearing to see if they're ahead or behind. Danny Dawson going out those last blows. Jake Valentine into that last hip already. Jake had to flip that heel up. Nice job, Jake. Jake pushing for goal. And number 1's done. We'll kick that goal out of the way. Good job. Jake's in. Danny Dawson's in. Again, take that right leg. Weston's got number 1 done. Into number 2. Mike Weston's going out at the last side on number 1.
If we can get our handheld to maybe reach up and flip.
Yeah, flip those numbers so that we can see. Well, that don't work.
And maybe we didn't work through all of it.
Oh, there it is. 2. Not 12, 2. I'm a little vertical challenged for doing that, so.
We got Dan Dawson working through the long loads on sheet number 2. He comes around to the second side, working into that second shoulder. Moving around.
Danny Dawson going out that last shoulder already. You're gonna have to start pushing, Jake. Weston into that long bows, first hip. Long bow steps up to the outside of the face. Danny Dawson out that last hip. But remember, it isn't all speed, it's cleanliness too. There we go, number 2's done it. So thank you so much for the wool help. Danny Dawson makes it number 3. Jake Valentine going out the last side on number 2. And of course, some of them don't cooperate.
Weston Halstead moving into second place. He's done it. Moving into the paint for sheet 3. As Jake comes down the last side on sheet number 2 here.
Danny Dawson up to net for number 3. Weston going out the belly on number 2. Mike Weston's going out that last side of number 2. Danny Dawson into those short clothes and into Loco steps over. Jake Valentine going back into number 3. Mike Estes on number 3.
And Dan Dawson really turning on the burners here. He's found his rhythm and he is going.
Danny Dawson pushing up that last hip. Jake Valentine on the first hip on number 3. Weston into the short close and the long blow for number 3. And that one's out of here. Dan's looking for the money today. Mike Weston's in that first hip, number 3. A long push into those, in and past that hip. Jake Valentine up on the neck at number 3. Dan Dawson into that hurt. And I got a feeling that's number 4.
That's Danny's 4th.
Dan's 4th sheet. Yeah, put it together. Dan Dawson up that neck on number 4. Jake Valentine in the short and long blows. Weston in for number 4. That's number 4. Starting on the belly. Mike Estes into that first shoulder on number 3. Dan Dawson putting it out, going out that last side. What kind of time is that? Oh, those guys aren't moving.
Dan moves into the last hip on sheet number 4. He's got 1 sheet left in the paint.
Danny Dawson got 1 more to go. We're looking at about 6 minutes to shear 4 sheet. This is number 5. Dan's putting the burn to it. Step back, put that right foot up between the back of your butt. Jake Valentine, belly number 4. Michael's got number 3 done. Michael's got 2 more to go. Good job, Michael. Danny Dawson putting the burn to it.
Weston on sheet number 4. Is it 5?
That looks like number 4, Matt. He's got 1 more in the pen.
Going to the last side on sheet number 4. That's second shoulder.
Again, remember, this is about cleanliness. Yes, time does matter, but cleanliness matters more. Michael into that first hip on number 4. He's got 1 more in the pen. Jake Valentine up the neck on number 4. Danny Dawson going up that last side on number 5. Put your hands together for it. Danny Dawson going out that last hit, that little real money got out that last leg. Oh, kind of moved on you, that's all right. It literally, shearing is a game of a half an inch. Danny Dawson got it. Nice job.
And Weston Hoffman moves into sheet number 5 on the board.
Jake Valentine going out that last side on number 4. Michael Estes going out the long nose on number 4. Michael's going out that last side on number 4. Jake Valentine going out that last hip on number 4. Again, it's about how clean this is. Watch him how Michael positions that sheet to get the whole thing sheared. Nice. And there we go. Michael's going in for number 5. All right. So now it's Jake and Mike. And
Weston
And
moving
Weston.
to the last side.
Weston's going out that last side, that last shoulder. Remember, those are the hard points on the sheet, it's around those hard corners. Take Valentine, shearing nice and clean, going out that into that underline. One by each low side of the head. Step up, top knot out, up that neck. Remember, the neck flow is done sheerly by feel. We can't see what we're doing. Takes a while to develop the skill. And Weston's down to number 5. Nice job. Jake Valentine up and around the back side of the head. Mike Leslie up the neck. Michael's about 2 blows behind Jake. Jake Valentine into that first shoulder. Couple of short blows, we're going to hold him up with that foreleg. 2 short, 2 or 3 short, we're going to step over to the only ballet move we need. Mike Leslie's into the short blows. And he'll step over. Jake Valentine going out that last hip, last shoulder, sorry. And he'll pick up that. Notice where his left hand is. Left hand does about 90% of the work. The shear hand, the right hand or left hand as we go, really is just pushing that thing ahead. The left hand has to hold, position the sheet, stretch the skin. So left-handed, if I take a left-handed shear and teach him to do right side, job, Jake. Mike Leslie's got, oh! Mike come up the last bit. Nice job, Mike. All right, that was a horse race. Congratulations to all of you. And if you don't think that that's a run, how many minutes? Approximately? Hello. Who's my timer? Oh. Okay. Right around 10 minutes, 2 minutes ahead. And there, remember, they have to shear clean. Once they get into the finals, it's going to get faster.
All right, good job, shearers. If those shearers can stay in the back and go ahead and help in the outpins on the next heat, we sure appreciate it. And we'll start getting our pins loaded, getting ready for heat number 2 in our open shearing at the 2025 National Shearing Championships.
So I'm driving over here today, and I know that I can be right on time. I should have got here at 10:30, but I pull up my phone and I go to the, what they call the navigation app, right? And I put in Roseburg Fairgrounds. And you know what I come up with? National Sheep Shearing Competition. So these people have really done and put that out across social media. To get Apple Maps to do that, that's wonderful. It really gets some exposure. This is an extremely hard competition. And if you see those guys once they get done shearing, if they're breathing hard, yeah, it hurts. Mike Dwara, thank you for coming and helping with this, helping us put together out back. I know Mike's been in plenty of shearing competitions. I think at one time, I think in 2 classes, how many countries, Mike? 35? How many countries have you sheared in? 21 different countries. Wonderful guy, helped us get to the point where instead of those sheep laying on you, the sheep are laying on themselves, so that they can shear more sheep per day. All right, Matt, you want to set us up for the second heat?
Yeah, in our second heat in our open competition. On stand number 1 from Wanamingo, Minnesota, Marcus Eartham. On stand number 2, let's give a big hand to Hermosa, South Dakota, Mr. Paul Aston. All right, I believe So in stand number 4 then, your hometown boy, Roseburg, Oregon, Duke Christner.
So I talked with Marcus. He's from Minnesota, around where my parents were born. Moved out. My parents moved out to California back in the 50s, early 50s. So kind of nice to see somebody from the home state. Hello. Oh, Eric Picken turns back to number 1. Counter. Yep.
We're gonna try and get to have the use of these. We can almost keep flying sheep counted, but as we move into the finals tomorrow on 15, it's gonna get a little trickier to keep track of which sheep we're cheering.
When they do this in New Zealand at the Golden Shears, anybody know what the Golden Shears is? Golden Shears is one of the premier events in the world of sheep shearing. They'll go through 20 head in 15 minutes, 14 and a half, 15 minutes. And all those counters are all electronic. We'll work at it. Maybe next time we have this.
All right, it looks like we're just closing the doors on our pens. We're all real open, not quite almost ready to go. Just checking some final sheet, making sure they're all competition standards.
And we allow the shearers to throw one sheep out, and we look at them and go, yeah, that ain't gonna work for me. And then what we try and do is normally we want to know which one, if you're in the pen working for them, we want to know which one you want first and which one you want last. You want the easiest one in the last, I'm telling you. Because you're already tired, you're already pushing, and you can't breathe, and you're bent over, and you hear the crowd, you want something that's easy going that last sheet.
All right, how's it look up there now, Dan? All right, Dan's giving us a thumbs up. They're ready to go. Go ahead and count us off, Gary.
All right, we all ready? All right. Here we go. Judges ready, shearers ready. On your mark, get set, go. Into the pen, take that sheet, get it out, drag it out, put it up on your right leg, shove that right leg up. Duke's in that first dip. Paul Aslan's in that first dip. Marcus is in that first dip.
It's a horse race out there, Gary. First
Got
up,
a push. Paul Aslan going up and around the backside of the head. And if you go to Sheep Shearers or Shearers USA, you'll see a lot of these guys in action there. There's a little milk. So I talked about the shearing moccasins. Most of them are made out of either felt and nylon or leather. I prefer the felt and nylon. They don't slip on that board. Remember that board with the rubber sole shoe, you're going to be all over it because that sheep is really pushing after you. We'll get this out of the way. Paul Aslan in for number 2. Duke's in for number 2. Marcus finishing up. Number 1 going up that last side.
and Paul into that first hit. He's coming around. Makes the undermine. Goes to the hit. And he'll bring that sheep up to open up the next. And Marcus goes to the pen for sheep number 2.
Shearing up on the head, especially if there's a lot of wool, we'll put at least 2, if not 3 coats on that head. One on one side, one left ear, down the center, one the right ear. Paul Aston laying into them short blows. Duke laying into these short blows. Marcus into that first hip.
It's a horse race here, Gary. These guys are neck and neck.
They're just pushing. They're pushing, aren't they, Matt? Duke's going out that last hip. Duke and Paul are almost close. Oh, and Duke got him by one blow. Let's see if we can push that a little bit. Paul Aston back in for number 3. Duke in for number 3. They can set him up. Put up between your seats of your butt. That holds that right leg in the right spot. Once you get the belly off, you're going to step up and go into what we call the crutch. These have all been crutched ahead of time. But if you're out in a regular farm flock, you can go through what we call the crutches from leg to leg and around the udder. Duke going up the neck. Paul Aston up the neck and around the back side of the head. Duke's about 1, maybe 2 blows behind Paul. Marcus going out that last side. Paul's going out the last side of the face. Up.
And Marcus goes to the pen. I believe that's sheet number 3 for Marcus.
I believe so, man. Duke's going up out that last side of the face. Paul Aston out that last hip.
He starts to gain some time, Gary. He goes to the pen for sheet
Number 4. Duke's out that last on number 3. 2 blows he'll be out of that one. And back into number 4. Big round of applause for our rule help team that out of the way of the Shearing. You don't want to be standing on roll. It's like skating on ice. Duke starts that machine. Paul Aston into the underline. Nice underline. 2 blows on the way up as he's walking up.
Paul's Shearing really smooth. He's making up some time here. Pushing some steel through that wall. Really getting through him. He works on his long blows. He's got stepped over. He's going to start bringing that sheet up to work on the second side as he comes down the hip. Yep, looking good, Gary.
Yes, Matt, going out that last shoulder. It won't be too long. He'll be going in for number 5. Look where Paul's feet are up against the animal. Sheep don't like to sit up on their tail, so Paul sits them right on his feet. And there's number 4. Going in for the last one. All right, put your hands together for Paul. Send him home. Oh, he's going to fall a little bit. There we go. It's okay, Paul. Regain your composure. Go back to Shearing. And Duke's trying to go out that last side. If she'll cooperate a little bit, he's going to flop her head and make her a little more comfortable. Duke's on number 4. Last couple blows. Number 4. He's now back into number 5. Let's see how far he can catch up on Paul. Paul Aston up the neck, around the back side of the head. You put that blow in behind the head because that's where your left hand is going to go to hold them when you're doing those short and long blows. Watch his head go right there so you're not shearing into your hand. Grab that thing right behind the ears. Shearing, I think, is all about where your foot is in relation to the sheep and the direction of how your feet are set, whether they're toed out or toed in. And I'll demonstrate that here as soon as Paul gets done with number 5. Nice job. Good.
Give him a hand for
Yep. Marcus is going out that last side on number 4. Duke is going out that last side on number 4, or number 5. That's number 5.
Marcus goes to the pen for number 5. He's on his last sheet. There's one more to go. Duke comes into his second shoulder on the sheet.
Duke's on
He's on the home stretch.
on the home stretch and on that last shoulder. I tell when I'm teaching, this is a game of a half an inch. Literally moving your feet a half an inch will change the position of where that sheep is. It's just remembering where to put your feet. Nice job, dude. Now we're going to turn our attention to Marcus. Marcus is in the blows on the head, 2 blows, 1 up, right up that neck from the brisket, all the way to the bottom of the jaw. Go out that left side of the face, into that first shoulder, round the back side of the head. That's where you're going to put your hand. You'll see some of the shearers have brought 2 hand pieces up. The reason they do that, if the first hand piece, the comb and cutter don't work, we've got another one there that they can take. You try and set it up, you try and do all your grinding and stuff, get it all set up just right. Sometimes it don't work, you're going to change the hand piece out. Marcus is going out that last side. All right, put your hands together for Marcus. He's got 3 blows left. 1, 2. Okay, maybe 4. Nice job, Mark. Done. Good job. Good job. So, most of the shearers, we all grind our own gear. We have 2 plates. Those plates are set in a half-degree paper, and what that does is form us a cone. That cone, if you're on the side of it, it hollows that blade and the cutter. The cone and cutter are both hollow. If they were flat ground, when they came together, the tips would go away immediately. But if you're hollow ground, as you put pressure on them, it wears into each other. So we all have our own grinder, we all have our own setup. There's a standard that I've seen over the years that I've watched people, they all have them set up a little bit different. So, what are you paying a shearer now? Do you remember?
Phoebe, what are shearers in the valley making right now? Phoebe, what are shearers in the valley making right now? Somebody help me.
Hey, anybody got an idea? What are they paying? Michael, what do you think ahead when you're shearing big block? 350, 4, 5 or 6? Okay? So, if a guy can shear 100 head a day, that's 500 to 600 bucks. Now, you're going to be working, you're going to be going through a lot of water. I remember I was about 38. Randy Helms come out and says, "Can you take my spot in the trailer?" I dropped my water, sheared all day. I drank 2 gallons of water. And I never stepped outside to go potty. Okay? All that water was coming out in sweat.
All right, as we load our pens, I'll get our shearers introduced. In heat number 3, on stand number 1, from Hutchinson, Minnesota, Mr. Doug Radke. On stand number 2, Junction City, Oregon, Miss Phoebe Smith. Stand number 3, from Lebanon, Oregon, Mr. Cody Cowdrey. And all the way down from Astoria, Oregon, on stand number 4, Pony Jacobson. All right, got a little change on from Tasmania, Australia, on stand number 3. We got a little change in the order. Cody didn't make it. I thought that didn't look quite right. Brody Carpenter, give him a hand all the way from Australia, but out here doing the U.S. run and came down to the U.S. Sheep Shearing
gotta really like Shearing sheep to travel here from Australia, trust me. Good friend of mine, Mike McWilliams, who this contest is named for, says you'll start shearing for the money, but you'll end up shearing for the places it takes you and the people you meet. He was 100% right. In fact, I think I met Harry Thomas. Harry and I shared in competition 35 years ago, long time ago. Dave Herman, another one.
All right, as we get our pens set up, shearers and get their sheep ready. Michael Porter, how's it look back there? We ready to go? No, not yet, not yet. We're still getting some organization in our pens.
We're getting there. Are you guys enjoying this? Okay. Got everything set? Good. Well,
No, wait.
that was a big one. That wasn't, oh no, that was a helmet. Hey, Doug. So we allow the shearers to take 1 out of 10, 1 of 5, and say, no, I'm not shearing that everything. Of course, when I'm up there, they're all like, okay, at this point in our life, I'm doing it. Okay. Looks like you're almost there. Yes, females can shear just as good as guys can, sometimes better. Ladies seem to be a little more adept at moving that hand piece. They might not have the strength, but they've got the.
All right, they say we're ready, Gary.
Okay, here we go. Timers ready? Board judges ready. Shearers ready. On your mark, get set, go. In that pen, drag that sheep out, put it up on that right hip. Stuff that right leg. Good job. Come around to you that underline. Steps up, takes out that neck. Brody Carpenter into that neck, around behind the head. Doug Rafton, Stevie into that first hip. Tony into that first hip. I had the privilege of teaching Tony also, being one of the instructors, not Colby, but one of the 3 or 4 instructors that we had there that year. Brody into the short blows, then the long. First blow past the shoulder, you step over.
And Doug Rath is really moving on stand number 1 into that first shoulder.
And out that last side already. Doug's been at this game a while, trust me. Brody's going down that last side. Nice, smooth steering. Doug Rath is at number 1, Doug going into number 2. Tony Jacobson into them long blows, steps up and over, takes out that last side of the face. Doug in for number 2, Tony Jacobson going out that last side. Brody Carpenter going out that last hip. Petey going out short blows and long blows on number 2. Or number 1, sorry. Brody into that belly. Tony into the belt, he's pulling it out for number 2. Phoebe going out that last side. Put your hands together for Doug up there. He's probably one of the savior shearers here, I would imagine. And he's still putting them down.
Gary, I know Doug was sharing that contest 25 years ago in Tulsa when I met you. Why aren't you up there sharing?
No, I got here too late. I decided, no, not this year. I was asked, Danny Dawson asked me to come up and announce for him last year. I said I'd be here, and thank goodness the Lord allowed me to be here. Yeah, 25 years ago, huh? The small world. He's got that one done.
Phoebe got their seat number one, taking a good, careful job at working on those balls.
Remember, this is more about cleanliness to get you into the finals, right? Tony Jacobson. Nice undermine. 3 big blows and undermine. The more blows you can put on the undermine, the easier it gets going out that last side. Doug Rasmus had a little bit bigger U. Sometimes they're easier to shear. She doesn't look like she wants to bend too much.
Don't bend very well.
No. And remember, we take them off of feeding water for 12, sometimes 12 as much as 24 hours with no damage to them. There's a lot of studies done. Doesn't hurt them a bit. They get about 90 or 95% of the water intake a day by the feed they consume. There isn't anything worse than being up there shearing and having a sheep that's full belly, and they start peeing on the board because now you have a water and oil slick and it's really slippery. Tony Jacobson going out that last side. Doug Rafferty going back in for number 3. Yes. Number 3. Phoebe's going out that last side of number 2. Brody's in the undermine of number 3. Tony's got that one done and back in for number 4, I believe. And you notice as we run those board judges down the board, they hand off that clicker and allow the next judge to take over so that if one judge is extremely critical, we don't always just get the same judge all the time. We want to rotate them out and make it as fair as possible. Tony, you got that belly down now into that first hip.
Phoebe's got seat number 3 on the board. Working into the belly there. And Brody doing a working nice job. Into the short blows, not ready to step over, getting into the long blows. Sheet number 3.
Tony's up the neck at number 4. Doug Rafferty up the neck at number, looks like, number 4.
Tony's on 3. I still see 2 sheep there.
Oh. Mike Leslie's told me, says, why don't you come up to the golden competition? I think I'm going to invite Doug Rafferty. Doug goes out that last side. There's like 3 blows from the shoulder to that hip. And it's all done if you watch Doug's feet are literally moving back a half an inch as he goes. And now he's going into number 4. Marcus is finishing up. Number 3. Tony's finishing up number 3. Number 4, number 3. Tony go back in.
Brody's back in. Tony's back in. Pulling out number 4 out of the pit. Doug Rafferty on stand number 1. He's in the head, starting to open up the neck. As he goes, he works through sheet number 4. Phoebe Smith working in sheet number 3. She steps around and starts working on that second side. Through the head, down the neck on that second side. Doing a workman-like job there. All these shears pushing steel really working away now. They can feel it.
So the object is to stretch that sheet as tight as you can, stretch it thin tight, and make it so that when you push ahead, you're not pushing ahead an inch, taking out a little bit. You're going to go a foot or maybe 2 or maybe 3 feet forward because that shear doesn't cut on the way back. It only cuts on the way forward. And I was taught if you really want to go fast, you're going to watch your eyes, and before you're done with the blow, you're going to move your eyes back to where the next blow is going to begin. Brody Carpenter into that first shoulder on number 4. Phoebe's done with number 3, going in for number 4.
Doug Rath going in for sheet number 5.
I take that back. Phoebe's done with number 5, right? Is that right, Matt? Nope, that's number 4 for Phoebe.
That's 4 for Phoebe. We're into number 5. Doug Rath, he's got number 5 on the board. He's starting in the belly, pull the belly out. Cody's on sheet number 4. Working through the long hold as he comes around to the second side.
Tony's in number 4, sorry. And remember, we got judges on that, scoring about that. It's a quick look. How many ribs is the wool left on? Are there any skin cuts? The little tiny skin cuts that you see, literally they're gone in 3 or 4 days. You can't even tell it because all that blood is right up underneath that skin, nourishing the wool. Notice the wool helper will not pull that wool away from the sheep until it's completely cut off. And there she goes. She's learned her trade well.
And Cody heads into the pen for sheet number 5.
Get on.
Let's give him a hand.
Marcus is in for number 5. Phoebe's going up next, number 4. Doug Rathke's going out that last side on number 5. See, the old guys can compete with the young. It's about having a lot of experience. Watch Doug go out that last hip and watch his feet literally move a half inch as he moves back, shearing out that last side of the hip. Just a little bit every time until he's done, and there you go. Nice job, Doug. Yeah. If you don't think that's hard work, look at Doug's face. Well, it's not really pretty, but sorry, Doug. Yeah, I know. Phoebe's going out the last side on number 4. Brody's going out the last side on number 5. Tony's going up the neck. Brody and Tony are just about in stand 3 and stand 4 are almost blow for blow. Let's see if we can push them. Put your hands together and see if they can get going. Phoebe's going out that last hit and doing a wonderful job. Really nice and clean. And now she's going back in for number 5. Yeah, sometimes they don't want to set up this perfectly. But if you look at that board again, I talked with you about that oil slick that's there. That's that natural oil that we get out of the sheet that the ladies like so much, that natural lanolin. So that's in your hand cream. When they take that wool, they take and wash it. That lanolin, that oil floats to the top. They skim it off, run it through a centrifuge, make sure they get all the dirt out of it. And it's used for quite a few processes. And of course, you got one that always is going to not cooperate right back. But Tony got it, pushed it up into place. Makes it a little more difficult because you had a place where you wanted it. Now Brody's got it number 5. Okay. Just go ahead and push, Tony. Phoebe's up the neck at number 5. Tony's going out that last 1 or 2 blows. And done. Nice job. Now we're going to put our attention to Phoebe. Up that neck. into that first shoulder. Look where her right knee is into the brisket, and her left leg is. You're actually holding always with your legs, using your left hand to position the sheet. Look where Phoebe's left toe is up underneath that shoulder. She's actually taking that sheet, raising her toes up. Well, she was. Raising the toes up to keep that shoulder off the ground. And now she's going out that last side. You got to hold that sheet between your legs and keep it as bent and tight as possible. Nice job, Phoebe. Just continue. Yeah, come on. Start talking to her. Nice. Clean shearing. And literally, she was only like maybe 40 seconds behind the other shearers. But because of her cleanliness, she could end up going on to the next heat. And there we are. Nice job. And again, out of respect to the shearers, don't step off the board. They know how hard this is. They're going to wait until the last shearer is done. Yeah, great, too.
All right, that's it for heat number 3. Don't go anywhere. 3 heats left of outstanding sheep shearers at the 2025 U.S. Sheep Shearing Championships. We'll get cleaned up, we'll get our pins filled, we'll get ready for heat number 4. It's going to be a whole
So you see the funny paddles that they're using. Well, I got a little introduction to make. So this gentleman here is Ralph McWilliams. Mike McWilliams and Ralph times to supply shearing gear. If you ever get on the phone with Ralph, it's a 45-minute conversation, wonderful conversation, and we are talking about shearing gear. We talk politics, we talk everything. I went out and was going to shear him and a friend, Mike Schultz. We're going to have like 600 head young lambs, 120 pounds. He said, yeah, we're going to have to get somebody to help us. I said, don't get anybody, I'm coming out. Ralph goes, you're nuts. I said, no, I'll be there. Drove all the way out of East. Was it fun? No, I won't say it was fun. I learned a lot. She says you're tough, and I'm thinking, I can't be as tough as the ones in California. You know, they are tough.
Gary, are you sure you've ever had less than a 45 minute phone conversation with anybody?
No. Thanks, man. Yeah, someone's holding long. You're a little too long-winded, Gary.
I think we know what to comment on there, right?
Yeah.
We sure appreciate you coming, Gary. Thank you for all of your knowledge and helping us out.
You too, man. Thank you. It's nice to have somebody else to spell me. And Ralph, thank you. It's good to see you.
After that, we'll also, after we get done judging these guys, we can judge the answers.
Already paid 20 bucks. That's not enough to get your vote, Gary.
All right, should we announce our shearers in heat number 5?
Heat number 5, we have 3 shares. 4? Number 4. Okay.
We're going to start out on stand number 2. Put your hands together. Seamus O'Grady. All right, on stand number 3, from Lindgrove, Iowa, Mr. Nolan Abel. And on stand number 4, from New South Wales, Australia, Jordan Dunbar.
All right, so I met Seamus here a couple of years ago at Shearing School. He came out and kind of helped us out. It was kind of nice to see you. Thank you for doing that. All right, we got pens loaded. How we doing, Mike? Mr. Pora, we're good? He's good? All right. Timers ready? Shearers ready? On your mark, get set, go. Into that pen again, same thing. We're going to see how well they do. We're going to get that belly roll off. Oh, yeah.
Nolan was quick to get that handpiece up and get that belly roll off. The quick Jeff Brown is thinking now that he's in that first hit. There's the undermine. He's going to step up, start to open that neck up.
Bring us into that first hit.
Right behind him, Jordan's going to get that neck opened up and come back behind the ears.
So as many years as I've sheared, I tried to come up and do that neck. Now he opened that neck up and never took his other hand to break it. I still haven't figured that one out. Nolan on stand 3, going out that last side, and number 1. Oh, he's just smoking there. Nice job, Nolan. And a wolf out there, the first one's down. Yeah, put their hands together. That's a nice run. Nolan's in for number 2. Jordan Dunbar finishing up the last side of number 1. Seamus on the long blows of number 1. Jordan going out that last side. I got a feeling that Nolan has sheared these kind of sheep before. Nice three underline, up that neck.
Jordan, done with sheet number 1, sheet number 2.
Seamus going out the last side of number 1. Somebody pull that roll. Thank you. And remember, we're being live streamed on Facebook, so show your face. I called my daughter and told her, hey, get on there and look at your dad. Nolan in that first tip. I'm sorry, Jordan in that first tip on number 2.
Nolan really making some time.
Nolan got the last ride already in that. Exactly, Mac. Good shears, extremely good shears. It would be fun to work with these gentlemen all day. Nolan going out that last side on number 1, out that last hit. Or number 2, sorry. The wooden shoes bring it to speed. These gentlemen are moving how clean those sheep are.
And no one needs to pin for sheep number 3 that pulls her out and goes to the hand feed.
Jordan going out the last side on number 2. Seamus into the first shoulder on number 2. No one's putting things together here. He looks like he wants to take the prize home. Mac, do you know what the prize is this year? What the prize money is?
We'll find that out.
Okay. Jordan going out that last side. Seamus going out that last shoulder. Nolan into number 3, the first short blows, and into the 3 or 4 long blows. So when you're doing those short blows, you've got 2 or 3 short blows, and as soon as you got all your weight forward, and you take your hand past the front shoulder, all that weight's there, and you'll step over. Instead of having your weight back, you kind of have to crow hop. Again, that's something you have to teach yourself. Nolan going out that last side of number 3, he's just making it look way too easy. Smooth that wool. Thank you. Nolan got number 4 in hand.
Yes, sir. He's working on it.
I've got a feeling he's done this before.
He's working on a first prize of $1,500.
There you go. Kind of nice to take $1,500.
And a spot on the American to represent the United States at the World Championships. But we all know the winner on Saturday night, he's buying the beer, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a standard. Yep, no one has done this before. Jordan Dunbar going out that last on number 3. Seamus into his long blows, steps up and over. Jordan going out and making those sheep look really, really pretty. Nolan's out that last side on number 4. Last side of the face, the last shoulder. Yeah, don't worry about that. Let's just get that thing back in the pen. There we go.